The third one is the Peninsular Plateau. Also known as the Deccan Plateau, is separated from the Indo-Gangetic Plain by many hills varying in height. This tableland is rocky and uneven. It is composed of old crystalline igneous and metamorphic rocks. It was formed due to the breaking of Gondwana land, and it is the oldest landmass. It extends to a number of hilly ranges in the far south that rise to considerable heights in some places. The northwest part of the Peninsular Plateau is covered by vast lava flows. Successive lava flows created the Deccan Traps, which look like giant staircases. They are actually steep like flat-topped hills and form a distinct features of Deccan. The Peninsular Plateau is a triangular region divided into the Deccan Plateau and the Central Highlands, with its base between Delhi Ridge and the Rajmahal Hills, its apex to located at Kanyakumari in south. This region has 600 to 900 meters elevation, with its northern part sloping towards north and east. This is clear from the flow of rivers Chambal, Soon and Damodar. The Deccan Plateau has its southward extension from the Satpura, the Mahadev and the Mekale ranges to the southern tip of the peninsula. The northern western part of the plateau is mainly a region formed by lava's flow. The Western Ghats form a boundary towards the west and stretch without any obstacles along the coast of Arabian Sea. The Western Ghats are continuous and can be crossed through passes only. The Thal, Bhor and Pal Ghats are passes that provided passages to the rail and the roads. They are higher than the Eastern Ghat and their average elevation is 900 to 1600 meters. The Eastern Ghat are only 600 meters high. The heights of the Western Ghats range from north to south. The highest peaks are Anaimuday 2695 meters is height and the Doda Beta peak 2633 meters. The fourth one is the Indian Desert. The Indian Desert, also known as the Thar Desert, occupies the western part of India. It lies mostly in the state of Rajasthan and extends into the southern portion of Gujarat, Haryana and Punjab. This arid area is one of the most inhospitable areas of the Indo-Pacific region. Its undulating surface is composed of sand dunes separated by sandy plains and low barren hills. Several saline lakes are found here, covering around 200,000 square kilometers. It is bordered by the Indus River Plain, the Aravalli Ranges, the Arabian Sea and the Punjab Plain. The only river that crosses this area is the Luni, which joins the Arabian Sea through the Run of Kutch. Most of the people are pastoralists as agriculture is not possible here. However, with the concentration of the Indira Gandhi Canal, the scale has transferred to great extent. Now, fifth one is the coastal plains. The coasts of Odisha and Gujarat are plain. These plains are referred to as the eastern and western coastal plain. Stretching from Kerala to Gujarat is the western coastal plain, which is rather narrow except for the Gujarat part. The western coastal plain is divided into three sections. First, the highly rugged and distinct coastal plain in the north is called the Konkan coast. The distance is Mumbai to Goa. The central stretch is called the Kannada plain. And the third or the southern is referred to as Malabar coast. Rhone Valley formed due to some rise in sea levels are called estuaries. Such estuaries are formed by the rivers of the western coast. This area is a land of small fishing villages, coconut, palms and spices gardens. Many ancient ports dot the coastal line. Mumbai and the Marmego. The coast of southern Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu is popularly known as Coromandel Coast. The banks of Narmada are lined with Hindu shrines and temples. The Godavari, also known as Dakshina Ganga or Ganga of the South, is the second most scarred river of India after Ganga. The Kaveri has been harnessed for irrigation and hydroelectric power and supplies power to many areas in the state of Karnataka. There is much farming activity in the fertile deltas of the east coast due to its rich alluvial deposits. Now, our next is islands. An island is a body of land which is surrounded by the water. So, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands are a group of more than 3,000 islands, out of which 265 are uninhabited. The Andaman Island is the Bay of Bengal, have 5 large islands grouped together called the Great Andamans, and to its south is the island of Little Andamans. There are some 204 islets. The Nicobar Islands south of the Andamans are a group of 19 islands, out of which 7 are uninhabited. The islands are divided into southern, central and northern islands. India's only active volcano is in the Barren Island in the Andamans, and it erupted on 10th April 1991. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands are larger than Lakshadweep in the Arabian Sea. These numerous scattered islands are actually submerged hill ranges and some have volcanic organic. These islands are nearer to the Indonesia coast and the Indian coast. The region has an equatorial climate as it is close to the equator. It is rich in natural and forest wealth. The Andamans acquired the name Kala Pani in the 19th century when the British established a penal colony and the famous cellular jail in the capital Port Blair here. The island permanent residents include migrant Indians, Bangladeshi, Sri Lankans, from like Myanmar also. The capital Port Blair is located to the southeast to South Andaman Island. The town is a base from which is travel around the archipelago